Michael Beasley is the most wrong I've ever been about anything in sports.
You thought he was a sure thing.
You and I had a conflict on this one.
I thought he was, like, I thought the Miami Heat were going to be his team. And this is
You thought
a
Dwayne
team
Wade would have to
that
bend the knee.
already had Dwayne Wade on it. I thought it was going to be his team. I was all in.
Oh, man.
Like I watched him in college, and the Heat, they had the worst record that year, but the Heat did not win the lottery, so they dropped to number 2, and I was like, good. Now they're going to get Michael Beasley because the Bulls are going to take this Derrick Rose who got hot in the tournament, Good. I'm glad we have the number 2 pick.
That Derrick Rose got hot in the
I
tournament.
remember watching, before I ever saw him play in college, I watched same nephew, by the way, I'm about to mention. I watched Derrick Rose high school footage, and I said, this guy's going to be the number 1 pick in the draft. And then every time I watched a Michael Beasley game, I got super unlucky because that dude was in foul trouble in 2 minutes. And I was like, not going to see Michael Beasley put up numbers.
He was so good in school. He was so it's the most wrong I have ever been about anything in sports.
High school mixtape era of YouTube was such a beautiful time in my sophomore, junior, senior year, so like 08, 09, 10, where we were watching John Wall and his high school mixtape, and I was like, this guy is incredible. And then he would hit the Dougie after, and I was like, yeah, dude, this is it. This guy is great.
Who were you most wrong on your favorite team?
So many people I've been wrong about. Chad Henne, though, comes to mind. I thought he was going to be like the savior of the Dolphins.
Michigan?
Yeah, he just had that big arm. Man, he's stiff.
I would say for me, it would probably be Tyreek Evans.
Rookie of the year.
Nice.
Can you be wrong if they won a Roy?
Yes, because that was the maximum
There
he
have been
was at.
some weak Michael Carter Williams.
Michael Carter Williams is another one
Who I liked, by the way.
I like Michael Carter Williams, man. Everyone's like, he's always like, it doesn't matter.
He's 6'6".
He's 6'6", and he's a point guard, and it just
Triple-double against the Heat opening night.
I've had these judgments on a million players for other people's teams because I've been on TV this whole time. So what was the Josh Rosen as a quarterback? I thought
Rosen
was going to
one.
be very much like
UCLA.
Dan Marino for the Miami Heat.
Jeez.
I don't know if I thought he'd be great, but I thought Justice Winslow would be something.
We were all super excited when he dropped to 10.
Hey, man.
Because Danny Ainge wanted to trade every pick to move up for Justice Winslow.
You know who else dropped to number 10? Devin Booker.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Karan Butler.
Was Devin Booker that same draft?
Yeah.
They passed.
Well, he ended up going after 10, though.
Were you
but he
about to
dropped
take
10,
a
right?
victory lap there on Justice?
On Justice
I feel
Winslow?
like you were about to be like,
I was like, he's all right. And I remember there was a Dwayne Wade comparison. So I'm like, he's not Dwayne Wade.
There was?
In college?
Oh,
At Duke?
Please.
I was like, this guy, I said, he'll be a decent NBA role player.
You know the main drawback with him or the main physical trait that didn't work out?
That he wasn't good?
Little hands. Not big hands. Couldn't really.
I'm with Zaz. I think it's because he
It's a
wasn't
big drawback when you're not good.
If you're trying to put together a great NBA career, prereq, can we call it a prereq? You can't be not good.
Right.
You got to be good.
You got to be good.
Check the box
That's
of
the
good.
starting point. Is he good? Okay, moving
gets you in.
forward.
So Justice was not good.
No, you ain't good.
Justice was not served.
You are not good.
Nice.
So wait, I want to think about football players because I think this happens a lot in football.
Oh, yeah,
I
of
thought
course.
Ron Dane was going to be just like a monster.
I have a memory of Dan thinking Mike Glennon was going to be really good.
With that neck?
Yeah.
Almost career.
Very good athlete.
I got it. I know mine. Football of all time. You could not tell me when I was in college that Peter Warwick was not going to be the next Jerry Rice.
It was him.
I seen it with my own eyes, man. That
He
dude
had a
was
decent career.
that dude was Jesus.
No.
He had a decent career.
He didn't have a decent career.
Not
No.
good. What he was in college is one of the best college football
understand.
players we've ever seen.
No, comparative, of course, but he had a decent career. Well, I think he was a bust.
What was it? The wideout from Ohio State? That was
Ted Ginn.
Ted Ginn Jr. That was another one.
And his family.
There's one brewing right now.
There's
that
another
I
Ginn?
No. There's another Ohio State Buckeye wide receiver that I thought was going to be incredible, and he looks like he's headed to bust town.
What's his name?
Maserati Marv.
Yeah.
What's his full name? I'm not familiar.
No, you don't. Maserati Marv. He may be Mazda
junior.
Marv when it's all said and
What's
done.
it say on the back of his jersey?
You think he's going to be a bust?
Junior.
Disappointing for a season. He's put on a lot of weight. He's put
had
on a
like
lot of
800
muscle.
yards his
There's
rookie
videos of
year.
him getting absolutely clamped by a 7th rounder right now.
Wow.
The guy's nickname is Maserati Marv, and he's slow. How did that happen?
I think there's an issue though, Mike.
He's a
He
Mazda
wears
now?
all black cleats. Makes him look a little slower. with the highlighter cleats, you
know what
look
makes him
like
look
a little
slow?
faster.
I think that the cornerback sticking on his back makes him look slow, probably.
What makes him look slow is that he's slow.
Yeah, common theme here.
I don't understand how he was nicknamed Maserati Marv.
It's a terrible nickname, by the way.
No, it
Too
was a
long.
great nickname,
Too many
especially when
syllables.
it's said by Gus Johnson in exciting voices.
Peter Warwick never had 1,000-yard season, so I think I got to probably pull back on the Edison career.
He wasn't.
I think he had an injury in my defense. Like, he had an early injury, and it was like misdiagnosed.
I mean, his first 4 years in the league, he only missed 2 games.
Also, he played for the Bengals. That's not his fault.
I mean, you can have a solid career as a pro. Like Reggie Bush ended up having a solid career, had a good start,
Absolutely.
weird middle, cool end, but still disappointing.
Let's do baseball now. Baseball guys. What was the guy from the Nationals? Steven
Strasburg.
Strasburg.
Well, that was just
No,
injuries.
they won a World Series.
He was
and he was
good.
really
He was
good
nasty.
when they won a
He
World
was
Series.
Good when healthy.
That's not a
They-
bust.
they-
He
No.
was very hyped, though.
They made
they
it
made
seem
it seem like he was a first ballot Hall of Fame.
Won a World
Cameron
Series.
Maybin.
Yeah, no, he
Cameron
did win a
Maybin?
World Series.
Congratulations.
He also crepled the franchise with his contract.
Yep.
For the Marlins, Billy,
Jeremy Hermita.
there it is.
yeah,
That's
there
the
it
one
is.
answer. It's the only
That's the
acceptable
guy.
answer for the Marlins. Remember, they wouldn't trade Jeremy Hermita for Manny Ramirez.
That's when I realized, and this is no offense to this guy because I didn't read him that much, but Keith Law.
Oh, shout out to
huge
Keith
on
Law.
Jeremy Hermita. I was like,
Was
really?
it Hermita or Stanton? I believe it was Stanton that was bandied about.
Hermita was a big prospect, but not as big as
All right,
Stanton.
maybe I'm thinking of a different trade. You might be right that the Marlins did not want to include Stanton in the Ramirez trade, which obviously was the right move. But there was a year with Hermita, too, where they were unwilling to part with him.
No doubt. There were
I think you're right.
several offers on the table for
I think you're
Hermita,
right.
but I think Stanton was one of the sticking points. But I think we asked Sampson. We'll ask him later yesterday. There was a moment. There was a moment where Sampson kind of refuted like that they could still have done the deal without Stanton. I think.
What about?
There was one where I knew the guy was going to be not good. And
Yeah, I was
used to
gonna
have
play
this
the
argument-
opposite.
The opposite game.
The
okay.
opposite game.
I knew Hashim Thabit was going to be
Oh,
garbage.
my God.
Oh, really?
The worst pick in the
I
league.
thought he was good.
I've never told you the story. Okay, so
Oh, my God.
the 2009 draft.
I
right?
loved him as a
You
prospect.
can't
was
tell the story
trash.
of Steph Curry without
Hashim
Hashim
Thabit.
Thabit.
The 2009 draft, right? I'm working for Phoenix. We have a deal in principle with the Golden State Warriors to have their pick, which is 7. Steph Curry is a guy that we have on our board. That's like number 1 on our board. And every permutation we do is like, there's no way he falls to 7. There's no way he falls to 7. Minnesota has 2 picks.
Yep.
They need a point guard. There's no way he falls to 7. Even
Minnesota were 5-6, I think,
yeah,
right?
5-6. Even if, like, there's no way he falls to 7 unless something crazy happens. And Blake Griffin goes 1, and everyone thought that was going to happen. And then number 2 was Memphis, and we thought Tyreek Evans, who played in that building as a collegiate player, that was when the Grizzlies couldn't sell a ticket. But then the Memphis Tigers were sold out every night, and like this guy fits the way they everything they want marketing wise,
And he's good.
and he's good, and like it's what they need basketball wise. Clearly, Evans is going to, and then simultaneously we're having a conversation. Our pick was like in the second round. I think was in the mid or to late 40s, and we were like, if the beat falls to us, do you take him?
Meaning the
Really?
In the second round. That's how like we knew this guy's not an NBA player. Like,
That's
It
crazy.
was literally to the point where it's like, I mean, I guess at that point you just take him just to take a flyer on him.
So you think Memphis was the only team that had like a first-round grade on him?
Yes, or for a lottery grade for sure.
Wow.
For sure, lottery. Nobody else.
But I don't remember it being a shock when they took
It
him.
was a massive shock. Tyreek Evans sold out every night in their building.
Oh, okay. No, you're saying it's a shock that team took him at 2.
Yeah.
But like, I'm saying that if they didn't take him at 2, wouldn't he have still went like top 5?
No,
No
no.
chance.
The other guys were James Harden and
Ricky Rubio.
Ricky Rubio.
Johnny Flynn.
Well, Johnny Flynn.
Well,
Johnny-
Rubio and Flynn were 5'6".
Johnny Flynn was a name. Like, the thing about Johnny Flynn, this is the revisionist history I got to correct. If they had taken Johnny Flynn and someone else good, I don't think anyone would have batted an eye. It was that they took Flynn and Rubio.
Wasn't that when they had like the former sports writer was running their team?
Yeah, David Kahn, Wrath of Khan.
Could you imagine if Steph Curry was pick number 2 and Lionel Hollins was his first
he would've
coach,
killed
and they
him.
were the
He would've been
grit
out of
and
the league.
grind Grizzlies with Steph Curry wasting away?
He would have been out
Wow,
of the league.
Hashim Thabit. Do you want to guess? Okay, so he went number 2 overall. Mm-hmm. You want to guess how many games in his career he was a starter?
Start less than
Starter?
100.
Less than 20.
20.
Oh, there it is.
Attaboy.
Good job.
Went number
Yeah,
2
the first
overall
stat.
pick, 20 starts in his
He
career.
was a statue.
But we knew it like in the moment. Like this wasn't like, wow, who could have thought like but Tony, the game I want to play isn't that. It was like I knew he was gonna be bad and he turned out to be bad. I knew he's gonna be bad and then he turned out to be really good. Because I have a lot of those. I got a lot of Michael Redd. I was like,
Love
get
Michael
outta here.
Redd.
I was like, this dude, he's not gonna be an NBA player.
What a lefty
he
shot.
Killed it. He
Speaking of
killed
lefties, I did not think James Harden would be very good. I saw him twice in person at Arizona State, and I was like, what is this guy's game? I don't understand it.
I saw him a lot at Arizona State. I was there all the time, and I was the most down in the office on him.
He played here at the AAA back when it was the AAA.
Yeah.
I watched him win a game, and I was like, I don't know if he was the third
I
best
saw
player
him
on
lose
his
to Cleveland
team.
State.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the crazy
I
thing.
saw a guy died in front of me when I saw him lose.
Oh,
to
that was that
Cleveland
game?
That was
State. Yeah,
me.
they were doing CPR and like his left shoe flew off. He died.
Norris Cole's Cleveland State.
Yeah.
And
No,
they had a power forward that I think tried his hand at the NFL.
yes, he was like he played tight end or whatever. Yeah.
I thought shoes just fly off like in car acts, like when you get hit by a car.
Sometimes when you have a heart attack, man.
Really?
You know, a lot of times
I'm
when
not
you're
like
in,
joking about that. I didn't know that that's a thing.
No,
a lot of
no,
times
that's-
when you're in public spaces like that and they are doing compressions, a lot of time they're just doing it for show, so people think the person's still alive. A lot of times,
Really?
Really?
Yeah,
No
they don't want to
way.
freak people out.
No way.
The
They
chest
just
compression.
carry out a
told you
dead
this.
body.
Really?
The compressions are freaking me out. I'm
People who
not
are
freaked out watching
professionals
chest
who've done this-
compression.
do this.
So
for a living.
paramedics go to acting school?
No, they do, if you've got somebody dead, there's a bunch of people around you. You don't want people thinking, "Oh my, that person's already dead." You want to keep the compression.
Nothing calms me like chest compressions.
Nothing calms you like the idea. Oh, this person still
Still has
could
a
live,
chance.
got a chance,
as opposed to
right.
he just
When I walk
died
by, I
in
see
front
So
of
chest
hold on.
compressions. I'm like,
So when they put like a oxygen mask and put him on the
No,
gurney,
that part I don't know all that. I'm just saying the part with the chest compressions. You want to make it look like there's at least some chance that this person's still alive. And that's happening
Like
every
until
time,
everybody
sometimes.
leaves the area? Like if it's
No,
at a
until
sporting event, it's like,
you-
man, we got to keep
until
doing
you
chest
take them
compressions.
out of
All right,
the
guys,
area.
go ahead now.
Yeah.
He's fine. I
imagine
promise.
catching a guy. It's like he's clearly faking. He's not
It
even
happened to
doing
me. I was at a parade in Chicago, a pride parade several years ago, and there was a gentleman behind us. There was a big crowd, heat stroke and like of older age, whatever. And they were giving him compressions, and AJ looked back and he studied the guy for a bit, and like they stopped for a second, and then they kept going, and he's like, "Oh, that guy's dead. They're just doing that so people don't freak out."
That's kind of like an American Gangster. Remember, he gets trapped up in the trap and he shoots the guy.
Yep.
And they have to prop him up and then
Yep.
put the thing on him. He's like, no, he's good. He's
Yep, yep.
alive. But he's clearly dead.
Because if everyone outside knew this guy,
It's over.
It's over.
Now,
man.
it
You gotta
might
have a riot.
not be just for the people around. It might be just say, hey, we have to potentially do everything possible because we never know what could happen. But from what I was told, a lot of it is for the crowd.
Billy, you don't seem to be sold.
It just seems like this information and this nugget is based on AJ thinks this happened once. So this happens
he was a
every
medic.
time.
He did it. Like he trained. He was told that was the case.
Look at Izzy divulge his sources immediately. It started with, well, I know people who are professionals. AJ, it's AJ. It's the person I'm with. So yeah, who else? Who else did you guys think was going to be that guy? Ryan Leaf? Did we have any Ryan Leaf takers here? No? T. Martin? Anyone had T. Martin on the board?
No.
I hope for T. Martin. I
You
had
did?
hope. I had hope.
I mean, maybe he just entered the league in the wrong era.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say most recently, if we're talking with the NFL, wouldn't you have and he's still a free agent right now, I believe. Wouldn't you have thought Jadeveon Clowney was going to be like the best defensive end ever? He's like, all right,
a good
he's
one.
okay.
Yeah.
You
Definitely
know?
had the highlights
All right.
for it.
Had a nice career though. He's in like in the
he's
Reggie
okay.
Bush class of didn't quite match the hype, but had a really nice
Yeah.
career.
There are a lot of those guys.
If we want to do locally too, for Dolphins, I mean, I almost gave up my Dolphin fandom when they passed on Brady Quinn.
I was
my God.
way wrong on Brady Quinn.
Yeah.
Way
The
wrong.
golden
on Brady
boy,
Quinn.
man.
I was so pissed when the Browns initially passed on him and took Joe Thomas, and then I had to run to Miami-Dade College to graduate, and I wouldn't have
one
gone
does.
normally. But George W. Bush was the active president at the time, and he was speaking at my graduation.
At Miami-Dade College?
Yeah,
Active
crazy.
president?
Yeah,
was
yeah.
How
speaking?
the hell did they land that one?
So I couldn't bring my cell phone, so I wasn't able to follow the draft, and I just figured the Dolphins are going to get Brady Quinn. The Browns missed out on it. And then to my surprise, when I turned on my phone, I thought we were definitely going to make a Super Bowl because we got Brady Quinn.
I literally shouted at my television when the Dolphins drafted Ted Ginn because we were all counting down the picks. Oh my God, Brady Quinn is dropping. Brady Quinn is dropping. And when they drafted Ted Ginn, I literally shout out, I'm done with this team.
Gotta put those thumbs this way. I don't know if I'm just doing this with Duke guys, but there was a guy I watched play in person at Cameron, and he had one dunk where I swear the entire ball was over the box, over the square in the backboard. Corey Maggette.
Oh, but come on,
dude
hold
Corey
on
had a
now.
good career.
Hold on
Is
now.
he-
Corey had a good career, man.
Right, but I thought he might have been one of the greatest to ever do it, just based on one game. That's how crazy athletic that
Gerald
dude was.
Henderson Jr. That's who I thought you were going
Wow,
with.
that's a good
Crazy
one too, though.
athletic. Thought he was going to be better than what he
hairline.
was. Yeah, you know what's funny? It's he and Kobe Bryant had the same thing, which is because their head is sloped backward. The hairline, like you can get away with
You
the
don't
hairline.
notice how big the forehead is. Yeah.
Same thing with Stephen A. Stephen A's hairline is
With him, you notice.
just the shape of his head, though. It kind of disguises it more than what it would look like for a regular person.
You know, playing the opposite game of the opposite game that we were playing. The guy who I thought was going to be great, Xavier Henry from Kansas.
Oh,
Ended up
yeah.
not being that guy.
He was
You play
18.
the opposite game of the opposite game. You're playing the same game.
Yeah.
the opposite of the game that we were playing.
It's a double
oppositely.
negative.
What the opposite of the game we're playing now is I thought he was going to be trash. He turned out to be really good.
Yeah, the opposite of that. I thought he was going to be good. He ended up being trash.
Isn't
that's the
Josh
game
Allen the best example of
Yeah.
that?
Oh, everyone shat
I mean,
on Josh
Mina's
Allen.
really smart at football. Everybody thought that Josh Allen was going to be overhyped.
How much of that
Except
was
for part of my take. He looks good in shorts.
how much of that was because he played at a small school and like we didn't respect the resume?
I think a lot of it was we watched him too because this was a guy that played an entire college football season at Wyoming with this guy could potentially be #1 pick Buzz. So as a Browns fan at the time, I was perennially locked in on those types of guys. Didn't know he could run. That was that's a big part of his game. And I didn't really hear people say like this guy is going to be the greatest goal line threat maybe in the history of the game outside of Cam Newton.
Jalen Hurts, I thought that was over for him. Once Tua took his shit, I'm like, hey,
That's a good one.
Hey, buddy, it was nice. You had a nice little run as a college game manager quarterback, but
I thought it was over for him in the NFL up until he won a Super Bowl because it was just like, oh, they're exposing him. He can't really throw that much. He's got to run. Maybe their offense. Oh, just did it. Never mind.
It looked like a slow release. It just looked like very.
It's a handful of things.
you know what?
Super Bowl champion.
What